Hello,
I
I can hear you. Hear me?
can hear you. Yeah.
Amazing.
Wow. Right. You look completely different to the film.
Oh yeah, I know. Yeah, this is my natural hair.
Love it. Right. Let me. That's better. You're in my head in here now.
Yeah, okay, great.
Right. So let me.
Where are you from, by the way?
Hull, Yorkshire.
Okay, I'm from Grimsby, so that's how I know
Yeah, I
that.
saw that. I read up about that. Yeah. One of my
Yeah.
colleagues. Yeah, is from Grimsby actually. Right. Just gonna change my headphones. Don't seem to be coming off.
Yeah, no worries.
Speakers tool now be used. Right.
Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you, but yeah, I
Okay.
can hear you now. It was coming out of the computer.
Oh, okay, I see.
Sorted it. Thank you very much. Wow. So. Yeah, I thought we'd do like a rough interview, and I wanted you to be involved because obviously, even though it's a male director, it
Yeah.
seemed a bit unfair, really. And I don't know, maybe I should bend the rules in future and have maybe include like producers, and which would be a good idea, which is why you got the honourable mention. But I wanted to invite you anyway because it was a really fun film, and I saw an interview that you did about it where you stood outside the chip shop, and I just
Yeah.
found it very interesting, very sort of homely grassroots level. I thought I have to include this. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh, great. Thank you.
yeah. And you were very funny in the film.
Oh, thanks.
Um, I'll just go for some basic questions and I'll edit it later.
Okay.
I also wanted to invite you to on the final day of the festival, which is the 28th of September.
Mm-hmm.
We do like an awards online awards thing for the competition films, a bit like the
Okay.
Cannes Film Festival.
Yeah.
Between 6:30 and 8. I was going to ask you if you are free, would you be
Yeah.
interested in sort of helping name the winners of some of these prizes if you're available?
Yeah, I'll just double check and I'll get back to you via email because I don't have my physical diary down here with
Yeah,
me.
that's okay. If not, but I'd like you to be involved in other ways as well. And obviously, we'll publish this, and we'll hopefully you'll watch some of the other films as well because there's quite a lot to choose from.
Yeah, yeah, I saw.
It's a bit crazy. Yeah. First one sold out today. I know it's not sold out. What's the word? It's free, but the first one we had to close it today because it got more than enough entries. So yeah,
Oh,
it's going well.
great.
I don't know I'm going to moderate them all. I really don't. But
Yeah,
that's
it's
it.
a big job, big task.
Yeah, I've got a friend in Tunisia, believe it or not, but was helping me. I've got lots of volunteers that I found on LinkedIn, and they've been amazing. So yeah. I might just ask you a few questions then, and I'll edit it together
Yeah,
as like
sure.
an interview. Because it'd be nice to have you as part of the festival as well, so people get to meet you. Um, my big question, I suppose, because of the type of festival it is. And be as honest as you like. Why are you not directing this? And do you have any aspirations to write or direct? And then go on to tell me how you met Joe and how he got involved.
Yeah, so I met Joe when I was acting on it was a short film and he'd written it. Um, it was called Cursive and it actually was in BFI Flair, ended up doing really well. And I met him there and we got on really well. And then I just said to him, look, I've decided I want to make my own work. And he was like, that sounds great. Like, have you got any ideas? And I was like, so OCD and Chips was our second film together, and our first one was called Scorpios. And it was kind of a 5 minute monologue about grief, a bit more like low key than OCD and Chips. And so I was like, let's just work together. We kind of came up with an idea, and then he developed the script and directed Scorpios. And then we moved on to OCD and Chips. And we met to chat about a new project. And I said, I don't know why, but I see it set in a fish and chip shop. And he was like, what? Set in a fish and chip shop? I was like, I don't know. I don't have any ideas. And then for some reason, we started coming up. He mentioned OCD. And I was like, did you know I had OCD? And he was like, no, I have OCD. And then we had this massive conversation about OCD. And then he went away for a week, had a fish and chip shop and OCD in his head, and came up with OCD and chips and came back to me. He's an amazing writer. And so, yeah, I mean, that's why I didn't write it. But I would love to direct in the future. It's definitely something I would love to do. I think as an actor, you really have an understanding of how actors like to be directed. and how to like communicate really clearly. So I think that's something I would like to do in the future.
I suppose, like you mentioned, you've kind of given it away there, but I suppose the OCD then that comes from a personal place.
Mm.
So yourself and Joe, which I suppose is a bit of a coincidence, but with this film, you bring a lot of comedy into it as well, which is a lot with these sort of would you call it a disability or an ailment or something you have to live with? What made you bring comedy into it? Did you ever get to a place where you thought that's too much, or
Well, I think when me and Joe discussed it, I think when you're trying to get any serious topic over, nobody wants to be, saddened or bored to death or to sleep while you watch it. And I think the best way of um, I think with OCD, there's many misconceptions in the media, a lot of it being cleanliness based, and there's a lot of things that people don't speak about. And I suppose me and Joe wanted to make the film like funny so that people who don't have the condition can kind of relate and understand it. Um, and we just wanted to kind of raise awareness around OCD in like a funny, light-hearted way, because no one's going to watch a really sad 5-minute film about OCD.
no?
Um,
Yeah.
So that's kind of why we made it like that. And I think because we both have lived experience, I hope that we never kind of cross that line um, of like not coming to it in a good way, if you know what I mean. I hope we didn't overstep that line because I think we both have awareness around the condition. So yeah.
And how much of yourself did you bring to it then, and how much do you think Joe brought to it in his script? And did you any additional things? Did you have to research it, or did you think with like a different sort of dimension of OCD to add to what we already know?
Yeah, so we kind of like with the OCD, we kind of had like a massive conversation about how our OCDs, like ourselves, affect us. And then we kind of brought different aspects of like the intrusive thoughts and different ideas that we've both had or both experienced. And then we kind of mixed them together.
Yeah.
Um, and that's kind of how that developed.
You act as producer on this, don't you? Well, I mean, I'll come back to the story though, but what was your role as a producer then?
Well, basically, when me and Joe have worked together before, I we just kind of collaborate. We just kind of say we really want to make something. Who would like to make something too? And I'd met a DOP that Joe Kershaw. He's an amazing DP, and I met him in on a job, on a corporate job, and he was looking to step up into a DP role, and he was like, "I'd love to DP it for you," and I was like, "Okay." And so my job as a producer was ultimately to just organize everybody and book people. We tried to keep it regional as much as we could, of course, for cost. Um, so we kept it local. I booked everyone. We had like Andy, the actor, he came down from London for the day, and we shot the whole thing in a day, because of money.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was just, I suppose, organizing everything and making it happen.
Yeah. And the look of your character then, I mean, I'm assuming that's not your real hair in the film.
No,
And what
no,
made
it
you
was
go like that blonde, like sort of almost cartoonish, but still very real and down to earth? Where did that come from?
Yeah, so we wanted Polly, like me and Joe talked about how we wanted Polly to look. And to be honest, Joe had more of a visual of her than I did, I suppose, because he wrote it. But we kind of wanted this scruffy old fish and chip shop.
Yeah.
Well, she looks pristine because that's how she likes things. She looks pristine. She has her hair perfect. Everything's perfect. And then chaos around her. So that was kind of the choice with the hair. Um, and the obviously I have blue eyes, so we used quite like a cool tone when we shot it. Um, so yeah, that was why we kind of went with that.
And did it ever cross Joe's mind or yourself to do it as a fiction thing? Because it comes across as a documentary as well. Was that always the case, like a documentary or mockumentary, however you want to
Yeah,
phrase
I
it?
think I liked the kind of eye contact to camera. It was kind of
Mm.
something that I was really keen on when me and Joe spoke about it. Kind of letting the audience in on what was going on internally, and kind of like when you have OCD, what you experience while you're having these intrusive thoughts. Like we wanted to bring the audience into that, and that's why we kind of broke the fourth wall and did kind of documentary style.
I do wish it was longer as well.
I wish it was, but we had a day to shoot it.
That's what, yeah. So that's what the restrictions was. It, what I mean, financially probably as well, and
Mm,
because it could have easily been 10, 15 minutes. It was very much cut short, and that's not a negative. It's more of I wanted to see more of her and just her
yeah.
day-to-day stuff. I found it fascinating.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, we would have loved to have done it longer. It was just like a budget thing. So we just like shot it all in one day because of kit hire and things like that.
That's a shame. Maybe no sequel.
Yeah,
Or
OCD
a web
chips too.
series, a web series of different adventures because there's almost like a love story in there as well. Like when he turns the sign, you think she sort of thinks, oh, but yeah. Was the on the actor was the vinegar? Was it real vinegar? Because he
No, it
drinks a lot.
wasn't. It wasn't. We actually tried a couple of things. The first one was a fail on my behalf. So I decided that we would use red and green food coloring mixed together, which makes brown food coloring. And it was all
Yeah.
going well. And he lifts it and sprays it on himself, and he turned green. And I was like, cut, cut, because we like, there was green stuff everywhere. Um, and then I just had the idea, we'll use tea, cold tea. We'll brew tea, make it go cold and put it in, and then so we use cold tea. That's what happened.
Because there's no way he could have done that with a straight face. Especially when it went in his mouth, I was like, oh no, that's why I thought that question. I thought, it
Yeah,
can't be
everyone
real
asked
vinegar.
that, and I was like, no, it's
Yeah.
it's definitely not vinegar. Like the vinegar was so strong in the shot, we were like, no.
Yeah.
So they left us like an empty one, and I just like brewed a cup of tea in there, basically.
Wow. Um, so can you tell me a little bit more about any of the other films that you've done or anything that you're going to do in the future?
Yeah, so I'm just in pre-production now in the edit for a film called Cherry, which Joe wrote again, but this is shot by a different DP called Carl Matthews. He's actually from Hull.
Oh, well, there you go.
Yeah, he's from Hull. So I'm in the edit at the minute for that. And that's like a 1950s kind of like rom-com, kind of rom-com. Basically it flips between the 50s and the modern day. So we shot that in a diner in Southend-on-Sea in a day again with a dog, which
Oh.
was a very big challenge. They say never work with children and dogs, and they are absolutely right. Um, so yeah, and then me and the DP of OCD and Chips are working actually we're in pre-production for a single shot kind of thriller set in a basement. So we're hoping to shoot the whole thing in a one take,
Right.
which is a whole new level of complication. So yeah, we're kind of on the way to that. The script's nearly there. Then we'll start casting and go from there, really. And I think I might direct that one.
That'd be nice. Yeah, I mean, I will say I'd like you to come back next year and maybe if I change the rules, you bring OCD and Chips back and we get audience to see it, because it it's very funny, it's very quirky, it's a nice way to spend 5 minutes, but also you've got a very important message as well. And I like
Yeah,
that you put that on the end. And I like that you didn't ram it down people's throats. I think some people do want to see the dark side of things. I think we all do, but it's so refreshing to see a funny side of something without making a mockery of it. So
yeah,
what you've all achieved is, congratulations on the film. Hopefully, we
great.
can get more people to see it.
Yeah, me
Um,
too. I'm looking forward to sharing it. Kind of, it's been through the festival, so I've been holding off on it, but it's finished its circuit now, so I'm really excited to kind of put it out there soon.
and is it going to be available online? Because it's certainly something we can promote during the festival if you so wish. Or is it not ready to be seen yet by the public?
No, it is. I think by Wednesday it should be
Okay.
all ready to go, so I can send you a link to it. It should be on YouTube.
And I'll certainly get people to see it, as a
Yeah, well,
maybe
thank you.
last minute screening or something. We'll figure it out, but
Yeah,
I think people should see it. It's important, but it's funny and it's light-hearted and
yeah.
um just a couple of questions really on yourself, just to finish really. Are you a big film buff outside of the sort of your job role? I mean, what sort of films do you love, and is there anything that you're inspired by that makes you want to go and direct?
I think I watch a lot of TV and film.
Mm,
There's not anybody that, well, of course, there's lots like Tarantino for me is amazing, but
mm,
obviously that's a whole new scale. I honestly look more at actors.
yeah.
Like actors are my big thing that I love and watch. But like BBC dramas are like really up there for me. With their like, I love that kind of gritty writing that's like comedy, but like really rooted.
Mm.
Um, I'm trying to think what I've seen recently that I really enjoyed at the cinema. I went to see Roses, not my
Right.
usual. But yeah, it was good. It was
Yeah.
okay. Um,
Mixed reviews that one, aren't it? It's got mixed.
yeah, it's a bit of a funny one. I feel like it's one of those ones where it's really funny, but you have to invest in the style of comedy. And if you're
Yeah,
not sold on it quite quickly, you can, I'm not sure. I think yeah, it's a bit of a Marmite situation.
I think so. Um, and because of the festival, I always ask this, but I try and vary the question in females in the industry. I suppose that you can speak from in front of the camera, but behind the camera, have you had any experiences or challenges or achievements where you see that women behind the camera and behind the typewriter, that it's changed slightly over the past 10 years? Have you seen struggles? Is it still a male-dominated industry?
I think things are changing. I think they really are, and like women are really finding their place in the industry. Um, and yeah, I really see a difference. I really see that they're making space for it, which is great, which is obviously something that didn't used to happen. Um, and my friend Amy, she's a DP, and I met her on a job where she was a loader, and now she stepped up to a DP, and she's working so much, which is so great to see that she's had that space and opportunity to do that. So yeah, I think it's getting much better, I think.
It's something I'm seeing a lot as well, not just this festival, but generally speaking, like um, female DPs. A lot of people, like the students I speak to, want to do it. There's a lot of DPs on in the festival. I found that's quite a big, not just directing, but they want to be DPs and editors, which I think there's always been female editors, but
Yeah.
cinematographers has always been a bit of an issue getting women to do it, not getting them to do it, but not giving them that place.
Yeah, not been, yeah, 100%. And I think now there's more female-led stories to be told as well. And I think that is normally best told by a woman that's probably lived that experience, like a director that's lived that experience and can tell that story. So I think because now we're creating more stories of women, we're also, creating more opportunities for women in
Yeah,
general.
definitely, definitely. And that's why this festival is as much as it is female driven. And I'm a man. I don't dictate anything. I just grab as many of them as I can, put them in the schedule, and have people watch these films. And you're right, the majority of the films that are in the selection, there's 60 odd films, including yours. About, I would say, about 85% of female stories, and it's nice to see.
Yeah. And I
Yeah,
think when, like, historically, when males tell women's stories, they're never really a true portrayal of things.
yeah.
Like, women are always softened down, and I think when women tell women's stories, then it's just get a whole other perspective.
When you mentioned Tarantino, he's a different one altogether. He's very stylized, and I think women don't watch that and go, "Well, that's me, and that's absolutely me." That but that's cinema,
Yeah.
isn't it? You can do what you want with cinema, but yeah, it's nice to see these stories about females. Yeah. Um, are you going to be watching some of the other films then? You've got 62 to choose from during the 10 days.
Yes, I think I will be.
Yeah, it'll be lovely to have you around, Adele. I mean, I'm looking forward to speaking to you. Sorry it's taken so long, but I really
No,
like the
it's fine.
film.
No, I didn't even see your email tonight. It didn't come through till like 7 o'clock. And I was like, yes, I can do it.
Yeah, well, I've been at work because I didn't get your email till I'd left after 5, but I know you emailed me before that, so it's been a bit. But I just thought, let's see if she's ready, and if she is, I'm ready to ask the questions. I've seen the film. I was looking forward to speaking to you. I really love the film. I wanted it to be longer, and I would like to see her that character again. I think she's very interesting. So if you ever do a feature, that that would you'd have to back it up with a bit of a story. But yeah, that would be fun. A day in the life of Polly. That would be lovely. You must miss her. You must want to go back to her at some point. You must have enjoyed that role.
Yeah, I think like my friends sometimes say when I do specific things, they're like, "Oh, Polly's back." They always say
Oh,
to me when I do things, because she says like my schnauzer in the thing, and sometimes when I see a dog like a schnauzer, I'll say, "Oh, my schnauzer," and then they all laugh like, "Oh, it's Polly's back." I'm like, "Okay."
yeah, and I'm full of praise. But it was like every 10 seconds there was something really nice and sharp about this film, like the dog badge and everything else. And it was shot. Congratulations to the people that edited it. The sound design, very clever, and obviously the way it was shot was like perfect as well. So just send my congratulations out to everybody,
Thank you.
including
And
Joe, of course.
yeah, Joe was like such an integral part. He was amazing. So yeah, I'm so grateful that I had to have such a talented director and writer on board. Like, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'll send you all the details of the. Well, I think I might have sent you the screenings already, but certainly September the 28th, if you're available that Sunday evening, I'd
Yeah.
love to announce some of the prizes with me. I think
And
that'd
that
be
would
real
be
nice.
online, would it?
Yeah, I'm gonna do it through Zoom, but I think you can do it YouTube live because I want this to be a live thing. Um, I've not done it before, so I'm gonna definitely make sure I'm ready. But yeah, we usually do it live, but not on camera. But I want to do it on camera. And some of the filmmakers are going to be on the call. I just think it'll be lovely to see their reactions when they win.
Yeah,
So
okay. Well, I'll let you
I
know. I'll
think
have a look at my physical diary. I'm old-fashioned, so I'll have a look and then I'll let you
yeah, I
know.
am as well. Look, I've got my notes. Look at this
Yeah,
notebook.
that's what I do. I can't be writing it on my computer. Forget
Honestly, I've
them.
got pen and paper for me every time.
Me too. It's a northern thing.
It must be. But well, you're not far away. Brilliant. One day perhaps we'll meet. But yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what you do next. I'm looking forward to speaking to you again. And thank you for such a lovely little film. Very important message.
All right. Thank you so much for giving it a platform. Thank you.
No problem. So send me that link and we'll get it publicised and we'll get people watching it.
Okay, perfect. I will do. All right. Thank you so
Lovely to
much.
speak to you.
You too. See you later.
Have a nice evening.
Bye.
Bye.